Hello and welcome to my webinar. My name is Meagan Beaudoin and I'm really excited to talk to y'all today about customer avatars. So I am going to give people a little while to log on, but today's going to be fun. We're going to go through why customer avatars are important. We are going to talk through how to build that avatar, what process you need to go through, and then you may even get a free download at the end. So make sure you watch all the way through, or if you are watching back, I am excited that you are joining as well. Even if you're not live, I'm excited for the information you're going to get today. Again, as I said, we're going to wait a few minutes to make sure that we get people on. I don't want to get started right at 10 o'clock on the dot. But while I'm here, I did want to extend an invite to everyone on here for next Tuesday. We are hosting the Ugly Mug Marketing 2024 Marketing Summit. There are tickets still available. It is Tuesday, June 25th at 8:30 a.m. and we are so excited. You'll hear from pretty much the entire Ugly Mug team in each of our areas of expertise. And it's just going to be a full morning of valuable insights, strategic marketing tips, and learning. And we are so excited at Ugly Mug. We love being able to talk about what we do, share our knowledge, and make sure that small businesses, entrepreneurs, and things like that are equipped to be successful, especially in Central Louisiana. We love being a part of Alexandria. We are located in downtown Alexandria, and we have a lot of pride in our city. So I see Emily, hi, from Central Louisiana Community Foundation. Hello. But I'm going to give it about one more minute and then we will get started, but I'll go ahead and pull up the slide deck. If you have questions about the event that we are hosting next week, go ahead and drop a comment and we can get you the link so you can find out more. Like I said, it's next Tuesday, June 25th from 8:30 to 12:30, I believe. It's a 3 or 4 hour event. So like I said, if you want more information, go ahead and tell me in the comments and I will DM you the link. So we'll give it a few more seconds. All right. Well, then let's go ahead and get started. It is 10:03. And so, like I said, my name is Meagan Beaudoin. I'm a digital marketing specialist here at Ugly Mug Marketing. I've been with Ugly Mug for almost 2 years, which is insane. I feel like the time flew by. It's been so fun. I've learned a lot, and so I'm excited to share with you guys today about customer avatars. I fell in love with customer avatars while I was in graduate school, getting my Master's of Science in Marketing. It was all we talked about, and I really loved diving into the mind of the consumer. There's so much you can learn about your consumers just by creating a customer avatar. So let's dive in. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. I will see them live. If you're watching this after we end it, I will still see it, and I would love to answer your questions. And then there is a segment and a slide at the very end for questions as well, but I do not mind stopping along the way to answer any questions that you might have. So what are we going to cover today? So we're going to talk about giving your customer a name. What is a customer avatar? 4 reasons you need an avatar. Yes, you just gotta have it. And then how to build the perfect person, how to build your avatar specific for your business. So let's dive into giving them a name. And so when I thought about giving someone a name, I thought about this famous quote from Shakespeare. Juliet said, "What's in a name that which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet." And we love that quote. That quote is stated over and over again when you talk about love and Romeo and Juliet, and that, you know, they had different last names, but at the end of the day, it's still sweet and things like that. But when you're talking about your customer persona, it does matter what the name in, and it does matter who they are, and it does matter. Even though flowers smell sweet, you're going to market a rose differently than maybe you market a carnation. And so just thinking about that, I just thought it was a cool segue into customer avatars. And I see somebody ask, would this be like a customer persona? Yes. So answering the question, what is a customer avatar? It is also known as buyer persona, customer persona, etc. There are a lot of names throughout the marketing industry, but at the end of the day, it's a representation of your ideal customer. Basically, we're breaking down who our customer is. We're asking questions like, what's their profession? What's their gender? What's their age? What are their pain points? What are they interested in? What are their hobbies? And so you're just really drilling into who are you talking to, who is your customer, and what are you trying to tell them. And so with that, moving on why you just have to have a customer avatar. It's not optional when you own a business or a service or anything of the like, and you have an audience that you are trying to reach. Knowing who you're talking to should not be something you leave on the back burner. This should be one of the first steps in, especially when you start marketing, creating social media, and things like that. And so with that, here are the 4 reasons why you should have a customer avatar for your business. And again, it doesn't even necessarily have to be just your business. Nowadays, people are on social media wanting to grow their following. And even there, you will hear people on social media talk about you need to know your niche. You need to know who you're talking to. If you're talking about or trying to reach everyone, usually you reach no one. And so your customer avatar and your buyer persona is really about drilling down who that is. And so reason number 1 is targeted marketing. And so with that, knowing your customer avatar provides a clear picture of who your ideal customers are. I've said it throughout the beginning pieces of this webinar. You want to know, you want to have a clear picture of who they are. It reveals their demographics, their interests, their pain points, and their motivations. You might think you know what your ideal customer might be dealing with or might be going through, but when you really sit down and take the time to create this persona, you really start answering the questions and getting into the nitty gritty of what they need. And so with that, when you know that, you can create those highly targeted marketing campaigns that really resonate with your audience. And when something resonates with your audience, they're likely to engage more and you're more likely to convert. And that means you get way better ROI when your customers are more likely to convert on the content that you're putting out in the ads that you are running. And so, again, think about yourself. Think about when you're really interested in something and you see an ad for it. Sometimes it can be like, oh my goodness, like, your FBI agent in your phone. I hear people say that a lot. Like, it's like they knew me. They knew I was talking about that. And there's something that goes off in the brain when you feel known as a human. It's down to the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You want to feel known. And so by creating this for your business, your customers, when you target them based on who they are, they feel known and they're more likely to trust you and buy into your business. So number 2, product development. And this can be anything from a physical product or to the type of service that expanding your services, or again, as I kind of mentioned, the example outside of just the business of like creating specific content that your audience is interested in. And so when you understand your customers' needs and preferences, it's crucial for developing products or services that meet their expectations. I think expectations is a huge part of marketing and targeting marketing specifically that gets left out. We have expectations as humans and as consumers. And when those expectations are not met, we lose trust. And because of the way our market is set up, we go to somebody else. And so when you know who your customer is, you're able to know what their expectations are and you're able to meet them. And as we like to say at Open Marketing, be remarkable and even exceed those expectations. When you're able to exceed expectations, that's when you get what we like to call evangelists for your business, and they go and do the marketing for you. And so You also can identify gaps in the market and tailor your offerings to address the specific pain points or desires of your target audience. So, again, if you're meeting the expectations, you're exceeding their expectations, and then you're getting to know them, you're creating this avatar, and you're like, oh, wait, like this buyer persona has, started to change a little bit or evolve, and you see that, oh, they might need this. Let me, add this to my services. Let me add this product and fill in the gap in the market. And now you have a new revenue avenue and you're able to really serve your customers and again continue to meet and exceed their expectations. So number 3, improve customer experience, which we just talked about a little bit, but you're able to empathize with your customers. This is such a big one. Again, your customers are not just people with money swiping their card, giving you cash, whatever. They are humans. And so when you know who that human is and you know what their needs are, you can empathize with them. Say, you get down and your customer avatar, you realize that she's a mom. Maybe she's a single mom. Maybe she is a fully working single mom, and you start to know like the things that bother her, the things that keep her up at night, the things she thinks about, and so specifically to when she comes across your ad on Facebook and she sees what are the things that are stopping her from buying. Is it money? Is it the process that she has to go through to check out? Is that a lengthy process where if she's juggling the kids, she can't get to it? And so when you're able to empathize with your customers, you're able to tailor their customer journey and make it easier for them to walk through that process and convert. And so then as I mentioned, I got a little ahead of myself on the bullet points, but yeah, a clear understanding of your customer's journey. You want to stop and work through every step that your customer is going through when they're interacting with you. And you can do that by, again, knowing who they are, knowing what they are going through, and then provide a more personalized and seamless customer experience. Again, I think I went a little ahead and said all of this with that first bullet point, but knowing who your customer is, you want them to feel like you're talking to them, that your product is a need that they need, and it's going to meet a need. And it will make their life easier or do something for them to add value to their life. And again, you know what adds value to your customer by knowing who they are. And then higher satisfaction and loyalty. Again, when a customer becomes an evangelist for you or becomes someone that is loyal to you, they're going to have that satisfaction. They're going to return there as a friendship works. They're going to continue to interact with them because you are interacting with them. So, keep that in mind as well. And then effective communication with your customers. So you communicate more effectively across all marketing channels. And also, I should put in bullet points, you save money. And with that, when you think about all marketing channels, if you are a brand or a business that specifically wants to target 18 to 24-year-olds, you probably won't do radio ads. You might see that your audience is all on TikTok. And so you want to be using marketing on TikTok to target them. But if you don't know that and you don't take the time to recognize that, you could be spending money on radio ads that people who are 35 to 42 are listening to, and that's not your target audience. So knowing who your customer is, making that customer avatar helps you to communicate more effectively. And then craft compelling copy, design engaging visuals, and choose the right tone of voice. Think about when you are in different places. I think a lot of people might call this like a code switch, but when you might act a little differently, or you might act differently when you're at the barbecue with your best friends and your cousins versus how you would act in a corporate business meeting. And so when you think about that, you're also going to talk to different people differently. And so you're not going to have corporate jargon and copy. If you're talking to someone who is trying to buy a chill product, they're not into that. They don't know that jargon, things like that. So you just want your copy and your tone of voice to match the person you're talking to. And with the customer avatar, if they have a name, it's so much easier to picture them as you are writing copy and as you're creating the visuals. Like, you know, you're a real estate agent and you have house hunting Haley. She's 26. She's a first time home buyer. And you can picture her in your head as you're creating, like, what would this person want to see in visuals and want to read in copy and things like that. And again, that going into ensuring that your message resonates with your audience and cuts through the noise. I think that's a huge part about effective communication with your audience, is that you're able to cut through the noise. Facebook right now, honestly, social media, TV, all marketing is, everybody's running ads these days. You see an advertisement every few seconds as you scroll through, as you watch TV, as you listen to the radio. Every channel, there is an ad for something. And so when you know who your customer is and your messages resonate with them, then your message sticks out across all the other ones. And so just remember that, and that importance as you go on and you think about marketing and who you're talking to. So I feel like I was talking a mile a minute, but again, like I said, I love customer avatars and talking through this. And so let's talk about that perfect person and who your customer avatar is and how to build your avatar. And so with that, you really, really, really want to know the who. Who are they? You're thinking demographics, and then where? Geographics. Where do they live? Do they commute to work? What is that commute like? Do they work somewhere different than where they live? All of those geographic locations, and everything that could happen with geographics go into that where. And then the what. What are their interests? What are their hobbies? What are they doing when they're not at work? What are they talking to their friends about? Who are they outside of the demographic things such as their age, gender, race, ethnicity, things like that? It's really, what are they interested in? What is my product in those interests? How does that fall into that? And then the how. I think a lot of people forget this, and this kind of goes back to the effective communication aspect of a customer avatar, is how does your customer receive information? I think, back in the day before the boom of social media, the news channel and the newspaper was a great way to put advertisements out, because that is where people went to seek information. I don't know the last time I read a newspaper, but I know that I've seen so many headlines from pop culture to world news to local news on social media. So someone looking to market to me would be able to market to me effectively on social media. But if your target audience is still looking at the newspaper every morning or every Sunday morning, that's where you want to have your marketing efforts going. And honestly, even thinking about, when do they receive information? I'm someone, which I'm trying to stop this habit, but I wake up and I scroll social media. Again, it's not my proudest point, and I'm trying to get out of that. But that, you can set timing on ads. So if you know that your customer is someone that wakes up in the morning before their 8 to 5 job, you can target your ads to hit at 6:30, 7:30 a.m. and bam, you have their attention while they're scrolling first thing in the morning. And then if you know that your target audience is people who stay up late, maybe that's where you focus your marketing dollars. And so knowing how and where someone receives their information is so, so important with how you spend that money. And then finally, the why. Why is this person coming to you? What are their pain points? And when I say pain points, these are the things that would bother somebody. So when you think about a customer journey, let's use the grocery store. And so you go into a grocery store to buy groceries, and you walk in, and this grocery store that you go to never has carts. So that's a pain point for that customer, is that there aren't carts available when they walk in. And then they go, and more frequently than not, when they go to this grocery store, they want to use coupons, but the app never works. in the store because of different connectivity. So that's a pain point. And so if that makes sense of what a pain point is, it's just throughout the customer journey, what's the hiccup or what's happening and where can you fit in to fix those pain points. And so knowing that again is going to really help you resonate with your potential customers and hopefully bring some conversions. So with that, that is all I have. I feel like I talked a mile a minute and a little faster than I was hoping to go. But do you have any questions for me? Again, you can drop them in the comments. I'll kind of give y'all a second if you do. But again, the customer avatar is not something new. It has been around for a while, but it is something that I believe not enough people are doing. And it really does. Something we talk about here at Ugly Mug is stopping and planning. We plan everything from our day to our week to our month. And it's honestly something that I've been working on my own. But outside of that, I think we talk a lot about planning our day and setting smart goals and things like that. But when it comes to who we are marketing to, we might get a little excited and we jump the gun and we start marketing efforts. We start, creating our logo and we start creating these, we have our brand colors and we get excited about all of the pretty things and the exciting things, but we don't sit down and schedule time to create this customer avatar. And it is so, so, so important. So that's my advice to you all is I'm gonna, on the next slide, give you all an opportunity to download our customer avatar worksheet. Take the time to sit with it, to work on it, and to also know that you might not just have one. You can have multiple customer avatars, buyer personas for your business, but they need to be specific. Knowing who you're talking to in every way, shape, or form. In the past, we have used the analogy of Old Navy. And how when one of my coworkers was working at Old Navy, there was a buyer persona for the mom in the nuclear family, and then the dad and the kids, and each honestly different sector of the Old Navy store. And so just thinking about that, if your product or service offers different tiers or offers, different segments, it's okay to have a customer avatar for each segment. But again, do it. Don't just think it, actually write it down. I think a lot of times also is that we cut corners in creating this customer avatar. It's like, oh, well, I thought about it and this is what it is. But taking the time to write it down and, use a pencil, erase what, doesn't make sense, write it out and then look at it. Again, give them a name. I love alliterations when I think about the customer avatar, as I mentioned earlier with House Hunting Haley. But once they have a name, picture them, honestly, create an actual person, have a stock image of who you're talking to up as you are creating your customer journey and that customer avatar. And I promise you will not regret it at all. But again, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed learning about the 4 reasons why your business needs a customer avatar. Feel free again to DM us, drop in the comments any questions you have. And again, I'm extending you the invite to our marketing summit on Tuesday, June 25th. And I would love to send you the link to that as well. So y'all have an amazing day. Before you go, you watch this webinar. Now what? Download this or use a QR code to get to our free customer avatar worksheet. I am also sending over the link to that if you are on your phone and can't scan the QR code. You should see that in your comments to be able to go ahead and download our free sheet, print it out, and work on it. And if you have any questions, again, let us know. upload your customer avatar sheet once it's filled out, and tag us in it. I would love to see the work you're doing, and I wish your businesses and all that you do so much success. So have a remarkable rest of your week, and I will see y'all soon. Bye. See you Tuesday, Emily. Thank you.